Hello everybody and welcome. This is Ketchup here and I'm very excited to be making this Mortal Kombat 11 speculation video. Ed Boon has begun the Twitter teasing once again. He's given us our very first in-game screenshot since the trailer, of course, that was revealed at the Game Awards. And everyone is losing their minds because they think it's Reptile, and I have strong reason to think otherwise. This video is my theory on what this in-game screenshot means, based on the evidence from previous Mortal Kombat titles, and in general, what the screenshot tells us. So sit back, strap yourself in, and we're going to go over many theories as to why I think this screenshot suggests something that is not entirely clear. Now, the screenshot in question is of a reptile, a lizard of some sorts, with the caption, "Reptile confirmed?" Hashtag Mortal Kombat 11, hashtag WTF, and hashtag Crying Wolf again. Now, a lot of people are collectively losing their minds because they do think this is a tease that Reptile will be in the game, and they have all reason to believe that. However, I do think strongly that it is the other way. I believe this could in fact be a tease that Chameleon is going to be a playable character in the MK11 roster. I have many reasons to back this claim and back this theory, on top of the obvious one that Ed Boon is not exactly famous for being entirely truthful on his Twitter when it comes to in-game content. He does like to tease a fair amount, and the hashtag Crying Wolf again does kind of suggest that, but through previous games and the screenshot alone, here are my theories as to why Chameleon might be the character in question. For those of you who don't know, which I'm going to assume is many of you on YouTube, Chameleon is my second favourite Mortal Kombat character of all time. You have Sector at number 1, and then Chameleon immediately afterwards. The reason I'm talking about this is because I played Chameleon extensively in the previous versions of Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat Armageddon, of which Chameleon made his gameplay debut, where he looked incredibly sick and had a really fun playstyle. The reason I want to bring attention to this is because in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, he has a strict turquoise color scheme. Every ninja has their own color, and Chameleon's is turquoise. If you look at the lizard in the picture, it is rocking the exact same color scheme that Chameleon has in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. This, for me, is the first giveaway. Secondly, I mean, just look at it. It clearly looks like some kind of spiky chameleon. It's got the little fin on the head, which most chameleons tend to rock. It's got some sort of spiky little fin things here and there. I don't really know if that's very accurate to a chameleon, but these are NetherRealm designs, right? Anything that is normally designed by NetherRealm tends to be a little bit jagged, a little bit spiky. But the actual lizard itself, to me, looks very much like a chameleon. This is one of the more obvious clues, but again, I'm sticking by that this is the case here too. The one thing that this lizard seems to be missing is the chameleon eyes. It seems to have a lot more generic reptilian eyes, not necessarily a chameleon eye, which looks significantly different. But that could have been too much of a giveaway. And also the fact that Chameleon is just that by name and playstyle, not necessarily because Chameleon is identical to one in the real world. So this could just be a character design thing, and I'm still going to stick to my theory here. Let's bring some Mortal Kombat X into the mix. Bo Rideshow and Reptile have a distinct character intro dialogue, which I'm going to play for you now.
I sensed a Zaterran. The last Zaterran. No, there is another.
Now, as you can hear there, Bo Rideshow suggests that there is another Zaterran, or someone who's part of the Raptor race in the existing universe. Ed Boon hinting on Twitter that it is Reptile confirmed might actually be a bit of a troll in itself, because Reptile has always believed that he is in fact the last Zaterran in the world, but in Chameleon's lore, it is very heavily suggested that Chameleon is actually the exact same race as Reptile, and Chameleon in the lore has simply remained hidden the entire time. In Armageddon, Chameleon remains hidden throughout the entire lifetime of Mortal Kombat and climbs the Pyramid of Argus in the big final battle and sneakily defeats Blaze and takes the ultimate power. So the lore of Chameleon remaining hidden and revealing his identity at the last minute, showing that he is in fact another Zaterran, would be a pretty interesting route to take, especially in MK11. I'm going to get a little bit clutchy here, and I'm going to talk about the stage in the background of this picture. Things are going to get a little bit blurry, so please bear with me. The screenshot originally is not very big, so I'm having to zoom in the best I can. But it kind of looks like we're actually in some kind of jungly, swampy stage. There's a little bit of water on the floor, there's some hard stone floors, but there's also a lot of vines in the background. This kind of reminds me a little bit of the living forest from Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, where you kind of had like almost like the old style slate and then the dirty, swampy forest in the background. So this might be a little bit of a small thing, but characters that are related to invisibility and stealth in Mortal Kombat historically are discovered in jungle environments. So this might be a little bit of a clutching at straws, but I'm going to roll with it anyway. The final thing to mention in this video is that I've been using the term he quite regularly, the entire time, in fact, and that's because the male version of Chameleon is one of my absolute favourite characters to play in Armageddon, but there is a female version that also featured in Armageddon as a Wii exclusive character, and they were both aesthetically almost identical. They had the same visuals, they had the exact same colour scheme, and they both had the playstyle of borrowing moves from other characters. If they were to feature in MK11 as different costumes or just one gender over the other, honestly, I don't mind. I think both characters are incredibly sick, and just for Chameleon to be in MK11, I genuinely would not care which version would feature, because the more Chameleon in the game, the merrier. And there we have it, folks. I know this has been a pretty long video for one screenshot alone, but I figured it was a wonderful time to remind some of you, or enlighten some of you, on the existence of a very, very interesting Mortal Kombat character. I've always wanted to see Chameleon in a future game. Even the slightest hint at that has got me incredibly excited, and I trust NetherRealm. I think if Chameleon were to feature in MK11, I do not think that this character would simply be a clone character of other fighters. This is a perfect opportunity for NetherRealm to do what they do best and reinvent the character with new moves and new playstyles. And if MK11 features weapons, then this could be an entirely new kettle of fish altogether. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you at the reveal this coming Thursday, January 17th. We are more than hype, and we cannot wait for more information. And me personally, I'm hoping we see some Chameleon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.